I didn't notice any weight loss for a few months, and then all of a sudden I went to work one day. Just people have such a negative relationship with stones and especially women, I think.
Talking about boobs, if you exercise here, would that?
Yeah.
So today's guest is Jackie, and she is a personal trainer from our local gym, One Take Fitness. And I thought it would be really nice to invite her along to talk to us all about nutrition and exercise. So healthy eating and exercise, because I know I need some more motivation, and I hope you do as well. And I hope you're going to find this useful. So Jackie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jax. I'm 43. I'm a personal trainer at One Take Fitness, like Karen said. I was I was quite overweight in my late teens, early 20s. Lost about 5 stone.
Wow.
I know, seems unbelievable now. And kind of fell in love with fitness, and have now qualified to be a PT, because fitness means so much to me now, and I wanted to help other people who potentially were like me. I don't know about yourself, but I've tried commercial gyms before, and especially when you're overweight, it can be really intimidating going to a gym.
Yeah.
So I was not just overweight, I was really unfit as well. I mean, you can obviously be overweight and still quite fit, but I was both. And it's really intimidating, going in when you're overweight and think everyone's going to stare at you, and even if they're not, you probably think they are. And some places are like that. Some places you go in, like a commercial gym, and it's just full of the gorgeous makeup on. They've done a full workout and they haven't sweated a bit, but they're in amazing shape, and it's really intimidating. Or it's full of men who are really muscly and make a lot of grunting noises and stuff, and if you've never lifted a weight before, you've never used any machines, it can be really intimidating.
Yeah, intimidating. So just to let everybody know, Jackie's in her 40s now, which she doesn't look. So you lost the weight when you were in your 20s, did you say?
Kind of mid-20s, I think I was.
Yeah.
I've managed to keep it off for about 20 years.
Right. So did it go on gradually?
Yeah, I feel like I blinked and all of a sudden I was always really sporty as a kid, loved taking part in PE and stuff, played on the netball team, all that kind of thing. And I think it was when I got to teenage years and I got my own money, I got a little part-time job at the local Greg's.
Oh.
Yeah. And that was your lunch as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You worked your shift and you ate your Greg's. I loved sport and that as a kid, but when you get in your teens and your friends aren't doing sport and you don't have to do PE anymore, and you really me 40s now. When I was a teenager, girls didn't really play football and things like that, so there wasn't kicking five-a-side or football teams and stuff to join, and the weight just suddenly appeared. I had a horrendous diet, not gonna lie. I got my own money, I could buy what I wanted, and what I wanted was Chinese takeaways and sweets and crisps.
Alcohol?
Not so much, I wasn't I wasn't much of a going out to the town or the fell or anything like that, or at a weekend. It was literally just takeaway and sweets. There's a small shopping precinct near where my mum and dad live, and it's like a square, and I would go down on the evening and I would walk, and the owner of the local Chinese takeaway would see me coming down. I wouldn't have rang in an order. He would know exactly what I want. I was that good a customer. He knew what I wanted. And when I went in there and ordered my food, even though he was like, yeah, such and such, this is what you want, yep, paid my money, and I would go to the, I guess it's like an off license, like a little small supermarket, and then I would come back with a carrier bag full of crisps and sweets and fizzy pop. And all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like my kind of night. Not so much now. So what prompted you to say, okay, enough's enough, I need to do something about this?
Well, I don't know if you've done this yourself, where if you felt like you're overweight and you're unhappy with your body, you've tried to lose weight and it hasn't happened. I've done that a few times, made a few half-hearted attempts, done some Taibo and things like that from back in the day. Taibo and all that. I had like a cross trainer or something in my bedroom as well. Didn't lose any weight. And then my mum and aunt decided to go on a diet, and I thought, right, they're doing it, I'll join them. I also, I mean, it sounds horrible, but I had like the advantage of, I also had, by that point, because of my diet, I had horrendous crippling stomach problems.
Right.
So hope your viewers don't mind this, sharing too much information, but I wouldn't leave the house by this point without a Imodium or Ritz or something,
Right.
because I could have a meal and it would be fine. I could go out and have a meal, or I could have a takeaway, whatever, and I'd end up with crippling stomach pains. It was so bad. I mean, it was probably some kind of IBS, but I was never actually diagnosed with it. But I would wake up in the middle of the night, for example, with crippling stomach pains, so painful I couldn't stand upright. I would crawl to the toilet and couldn't sleep or anything until I was, you know. So there was that as well, because sometimes weight loss, it doesn't necessarily happen really fast for everyone, and it shouldn't happen really fast for anyone, although that's horrible. But like, if you lose it like that, you're probably doing something really extreme that is unsustainable.
Like the cabbage diet.
Yes. Oh yeah, we've all done that. The cabbage soup diet. Oh, horrendous. What was it? The maple syrup and water and pepper and stuff. Oh, this is I think it's the Kardashian or the
My nana used to
thing.
swear by eating half a grapefruit before every meal, and then you could just eat what you want. Just eat half a grapefruit first, then eat what you want.
I'm assuming she said half a grapefruit, but without the sugar on the top, right? All right. So that really helped, because sometimes if you're aiming just for weight loss, if you don't see any movement on the scales, which everyone's focused on the scales, which I would definitely advise, don't just use your scales. Other things are better or more positive. People give up, and I had done that in the past, like I said, with it, like Type 1 things like that. So I had this thing of like, something's got to change because I'm in so much pain, and this is not, you know, I can't live the rest of my life like this. So even when I initially didn't see any movement on the scales, I stuck to it, because I was just like, I can't keep living like this. So my mum and aunt, of course, they saw weight loss straight away. They were getting on the scales and like, oh, I've lost 2 pounds, and I was like, I've lost nothing. I literally did this thing. I didn't notice any weight loss for a few months, and then all of a sudden I went to work one day in my uniform, not a proper uniform, but what I used to live in, which was men's baggy jeans, because I wouldn't buy women's jeans, an XL t-shirt or an XXL t-shirt, and the same size sweatshirt. And I got to work this one day, my belt was on the last notch anyway, and I could have hula hooped them. I was practically walking around holding them up, and I had to run out on my lunch break and buy new jeans. And that was one of my biggest victories, was I bought my first pair of skinny jeans.
That was a good feeling.
It was great. But
so did you follow did you go to Weight Watchers, or did your own thing, or?
So basically, just small steps. That's definitely, like, if you haven't done any fitness stuff before, if you're really like unfit and haven't like kind of stuck to a diet before, just small changes is really, like, they add up to big results. So all I did was cut out the Chinese takeaways and the sweets and all that and the fizzy drinks, and I was still living at home at the time, so mum was brilliant, like, all the encouragement and support, and I would have like salads, but my type of salads. So I would have, like, I hate iceberg lettuce, but I would have mixed leaves. I would have maybe one of those chicken charcoals, you know, Bird's Eye make those chicken charcoal things. I'd have a flavoured one of those, or a bit of fish or something, whatever I liked, some kind of protein. Half a pack of, as I used to make Thai flavoured rice. Like any savoury rice really, but that was my favourite. So half a pack of that. My mum would have the other half. Some flavoured beetroot, some nice chutney, half a bag of baked crisps, and just whatever you like. But it was just making better choices. I wasn't like, you know, studying the calories on things. I wasn't weighing my food or anything like that. It was just making small, better choices, healthier choices.
I think I've yo-yo dieted for years, probably since I was about 15, when I wasn't even overweight. And I think when you say, okay, I'm going to Weight Watchers, so you count points, or I'm going to count calories, I think you get
fixated.
You get fixated, and then if you slip, and say, oh, well, I've spoiled it all now. But I think the way you did it, where you weren't really denying yourself stuff.
That's still my ethos to like today is kind of 80-20.
Yeah.
Whatever you decide to do. So I do track now, but that makes it flexible for me that I don't feel like I can't have a chocolate bar because I can factor it into my calories that I've have for that day. And life's not worth living if you can't enjoy yourself.
Definitely.
I mean, you can still, and I've done everything wrong. Don't so you can like follow my example and don't do what I do. Like I've learned 4 years. I've over-exercised. I've under-ate. Everything like that, because I took it to an extreme. Like I said, became fixated. Like initially, I did it really the right way. Just made small steps, just improved my diet and my fitness and things like that. And then everybody's like, "Oh my God, you look amazing!" And you do. You can become addicted to that.
Yeah.
You've got to watch out for that as well, because then you're chasing that high of, well, if you get to whatever your goal weight it was, where do you go? You can't keep losing.
Yeah.
And I started restricting. I did then start to I would have a diet porridge for breakfast, and I would have a fat-free yogurt for lunch, and I would have a larger pot of fat-free yogurt for my tea, and that's so unhealthy.
Yeah.
So unhealthy. So yeah, don't do that.
So were you still in your 20s when you'd lost all the weight?
Yeah.
And you've kept it off?
Yep.
That's amazing, that.
I mean, don't get us wrong, I fluctuate. Everybody fluctuates, it's normal. And I've done some things where I've done a couple of photo shoots for the gym. So obviously I'm in front of a camera, I want to look the best I can look. And these days I do like to have muscle.
I'll put some pictures of Jackie in here so you can see what she looks like now.
Yeah, I can give you some before ones if you want.
We'll have some before ones as well.
There's not so many of those because I didn't like get my photo taken. But yeah, so there'll be times when I am more strict with my diet because for a specific reason, it's not for forever. And so I do put weight back on and stuff, but it's just kind of watching that and just making sure that because I don't want to be that unhealthy girl again. Yeah. And I still have them tendencies to eat everything in sight. So
yeah. So you were saying, we were talking before we started the video, and you were saying that if you've got holiday coming, will you kind of restrict before you go on holiday?
Well, sadly, I don't have that many holidays, but I probably would not restrict myself, but just stick to a more be more strict with my diet.
Right.
In the run up, just because like everybody else, you want to look good on holiday, you want to look good on your photos, but holidays are for enjoying yourself, and in family events and things like that are for enjoying yourself. It's all too easy if you're looking to lose weight to miss out on those things. But when you're 90-year-old, you're 100-year-old, and you're looking back on your life, you're never going to be you're going to remember the good times you had with the people you love, and not, well, when I was 45, I looked amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do want those photos as well with me looking
when you're
all
95, you can still look amazing.
Exactly. Well, you've seen our Alison from One Take Fitness.
She's not 95.
She's not 95, but she's in a... Oh God, she's going to kill me. I know she's going to kill me, but she's in her 60s and she's still I'm 43 and I want to look like Alison when I grow up. She's amazing.
Look at your mum, she's amazing.
She's a little machine. 71.
Yeah, 71.
My dad's 73, and that's another good point. My mum and dad, 2 years apart, and the difference in their general health is unbelievable. And I think, obviously there's genetics and things like that play a part in illnesses and stuff, but my dad's never really exercised. He had a manual job when he was younger, so that kept him in shape, but he's never done any fitness stuff, never looked after his body, so to speak. God, Dad, I hope you're not watching this. And my mum, she's always done some kind of fitness stuff. She used to go to the gym all the time when I was younger. She had she used to go on a lunch break from work and swim a mile in a lunch break and then go back to work. She's done different dances.
That's dedication.
I know. It must be where I get it from. But the difference is amazing. My dad has a stick. He's got diabetes. They've just been with the house and fitted rails and things like that for him to get around. And my mum is at the gym slinging weights around, isn't she? And she puts everyone to shame.
If you haven't seen the video I did, I think it was maybe before Christmas now, where I actually filmed the workout that I was doing in One Take Fitness. The other personal trainer at One Take Fitness, Nikki, she took us through all the exercises, and I actually spoke to Jackie's mum on that video. I'll put the link to that in the description box below, and also at the end of the video if you want to go across and have a look. Are you still eating now the way you did when you originally lost the weight, or have you changed anything?
I've changed it because I want different results to most people. So most people just, I want to be a size 10 or I want to be a size 12 or whatever. I want to be, I want to look like I go to the gym.
Right.
So I want some muscles, I want to show the muscles, I want to show definition and stuff. Like I said, sometimes I shred down to like for a shoot or something.
So when you say shred down, you mean?
Lose more body fat.
Right.
So, yeah, so like you can see more of the definition on my body and stuff, more than the muscles that I've worked hard for. For me, I mean, whatever works for you. Some people will find just kind of eating healthier, making better choices, even just writing it, like not tracking your food like on an app or anything, not weighing your food out, but just writing out a food diary, because we all snack and don't realise we've snacked on stuff, and you can find out actually you're having so much extra food. But for me, I like to track because it's scientific.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned like Weight Watchers and stuff, but I don't know exactly how that works, because I'm like, well, how can I have how can I have a banana but not a mashed banana? How does that work? It's the same thing. I'm mashing it in my mouth.
It's mad.
Yeah, it's madness. So with tracking, it's scientific. I know that if I'm eating fewer calories than my maintenance calories, then I'm in a deficit and I should lose weight. It also means that I don't miss out on food that I enjoy, because I'll factor it into my... because, you can, if you're looking to lose weight, you can lose weight by going, I'm going to cut out alcohol, I'm going to cut out chocolate. And some people, that's how they like to do it. But for me, I'm like, I like chocolate. I like
so you'd factor
so I just factor it in.
So do you actually, when you do that, do you actually write the calories down?
I have I use MyFitnessPal, so I use an app. Yeah, some people like to go old school, and you don't have to be as scientific with it, like especially when you're starting out in your fitness journey. Just keep a little journal, like a little notepad, and just write down what you've eaten, because sometimes you're like, I don't know why I'm not losing weight. I'm eating really healthy. But if you actually write down when you're doing it, what you're eating,
because you can forget, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. Or healthy food. There's a difference between food you eat for weight loss and healthy food,
right? Because
it's just as easy to overeat healthy food and not lose weight,
right?
So there's eating for health and there's eating for weight loss, if that makes sense. So things like avocados are great, but they're high in calories.
Yeah.
So
you don't eat 5 a day.
Yeah. Yeah, don't make them your 5 a day. Yeah. But people go the other way as well. It's like it is technically possible to eat nothing but sweets if you track them and lose weight, because you'll be in a calorie deficit. That is not a good idea.
Not good for you.
Not good for you.
Not good for you.
Because as Martin's favourite thing to say is, not all calories are equal. There's things you eat for like health benefits as well. Yeah. And fat is not the enemy. Carbs are not the enemy. People are like, I'm just going to cut carbs, cut fat out.
That's me. Carbs killers.
But sometimes it's not necessarily the carbs. It's like you might have some kind of intolerance to a food type that is.
For me, it's because I'm type 2 diabetic, and it's known that low carb diet, not carbs, but low carb diet is better for that.
Yeah.
So what would be your typical menu for you throughout the day? So what would be a typical breakfast, lunch, tea?
So I'm terrible because I live by myself. I'm quite busy, so I'm not the best. I am quite a good cook, I just don't cook very often. So this morning, for example, I love overnight oats.
Right.
It's a simple one, it's a quick one, it's and I have a sweet tooth, as we've already discussed. So this morning I had like 50 grams of oats. I make mine to get extra protein in. I make it with a protein yogurt.
Right.
So I love like a salted caramel protein yogurt, mix it in, a little bit of almond milk just to kind of make it looser, put it in the fridge, and then for extra sweetness I have a little bit of Carnation's caramel drizzle on the top.
Right.
And you get these things called Whitworth shots, which are just little
I've
sachets.
heard of those.
Yeah, little sachets with like dried fruit in nuts, or the ones I had today have they have bits of dates in, bits of pecans, and some little toffee balls. And I had that for breakfast. Lunch varies depending on how busy I am. Again, prepped, like ready to go meals. I have a Muscle Food do these really nice protein frozen meals, and like Herons do them for like £3 for £9.
Muscle Food.
Muscle Food.
As in MUSCLE.
Yes. Although I do like mussels as well. And I might have one of those. I love the Cajun beef one. And tea. Again, I've got this. I do things like I get obsessed with things and I have them until I'm sick of them.
Yeah.
So Aldi have a couple of skinny, like they do skinny burgers.
Right.
I have a couple of them on an evening with a tray of Mediterranean vegetables. So the local supermarkets do that with it's like courgettes, red onions, little cherry tomatoes.
So you would
peppers.
buy those ready in the bag?
I do because it's already got the so lazy. It's already got the calorie content and protein content, all that for it, so it makes it so easy. You can just scan the barcode.
I'm all for easy.
This is it. But I mean, it is better if you cook your own stuff, because you can you can determine what goes into it, and it's always healthier. It's less processed, and that. I need to work on getting that better. But it's really tasty because it's got some kind of like oil and herbs already mixed into it, and it's really tasty. And then I do like a sweet snack on a night time. So again, usually I like raspberries with protein yogurt. At the moment, I'm into Halo Maker. Well, it was until today, like quite good weather, nice and hot and sunny, and you want like an ice cream or something. Halo are doing like a ice cream lolly thing, like a stick with it's had like a swirl of peanut butter in the middle.
Right.
So good.
Got some of them in there.
If I'm chocolate, I try and have dark chocolate
Right.
if possible, because it's a better choice, especially like 85% and over.
You're not going to eat a lot of that, though, are you?
It's so rich, you don't eat as much of it. So there's a good way of getting your like treat in, but not overindulging. My other thing is, I have really sensitive teeth.
Right.
I have really sensitive teeth, so I put it in the freezer as well. So then when I take it out, you can still eat it, of course, but you let it melt on your tongue.
Right.
So it takes longer to melt. And you can't just chomp. I can't chomp on it because my teeth are sensitive.
Right.
So I can't just crunch away at it and like inhale it like I would with like a bar of milk chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm drinking this cup of coffee and thinking I want some chocolate now.
Sorry,
That's bad. But that leads on to, do you have any tips for like healthy snacks? So if, say I'm sitting here, which is quite often, and I think, I try not to buy chocolate and biscuits because I know I'm going to eat them.
Yeah.
So if I want something, what would you suggest would be good to go for?
So depending on whether you want something sweet or savoury.
It's usually sweet. Maybe you might want something savoury.
You're like me. I do love these protein yogurts. They do flavours that taste more like desserts. A lot of them do. Like Aldi was great.
I've seen them in Aldi.
Aldi have been great for protein stuff, but they have got rid of my favourite flavour of yogurt, so I'm devastated.
Oh.
But they do protein mousses, which are really nice. There's a lemon one, which is really tasty. Although I love chocolate, I hate chocolate flavoured things.
Right.
I'm really weird. So I love a bar of chocolate, but I hate like chocolate ice cream, chocolate mousse, anything like that. But they're doing a nice, apparently, if you like chocolate flavoured protein mousse. Like I said, like dark chocolate, the darker the better. Because it has like less added sugar and stuff. Probably not the best choice, but I do like a protein bar as well.
Right.
There are some nice ones out there.
So the protein, because that fills you up, doesn't it?
Fills you up, yeah. And obviously protein's good for muscle growth.
Right.
And the more lean muscle you have, the more calories you burn.
Right.
So.
And is that better for when you're actually working out? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what about savoury?
Savoury. I love hummus. So some kind of crudités with some hummus, so like carrot sticks, pepper. I feel like them. I'm not a big fan of raw pepper, to be fair. Nuts as well, just not roasted and salted, not your KPs, and just kind of steer away from peanuts because they're not really a nut. but like cashews, almonds, things like that, and just watch the quantities, because again,
they're high in calories.
they're high in calories, and I could literally just
I was just gonna say, I buy the bags of mixed nuts, the big bags from Aldi. But
make yourself like little tubs as well.
Yeah, it would be so tempting just to sit and eat the whole bag.
If I have a bag in front of me, same with crisps and that, I'll just eat them. Can't put a pack of biscuits back.
Yeah,
the whole bag, the thing is gone, which is why I love those like family. You know, you get family bags of things, like family bags of crisps or family bags, so you can take out one little packet of like mini cookies and eat them. There's loads of them. Again, obviously they haven't got great nutritional value to them, but low calorie. Air popcorn is quite good as well. And you can get a few different flavours of that. If you like, you can have
pre-packaged rather than...
You can make your own if you've got the...
I don't think I've ever made my own popcorn.
I've made my own when I was like a kid, but I always used to find I burnt it. I used to like, you know, because obviously I didn't have a proper like popcorn maker. I was just making it in a pan with a lid on. And obviously you put some kind of oil in there, and you can't see what's going on if you've got like you haven't got a glass lid on your pan, and you're like, the pops start to slow down. You turn, and then the bottom's like black, and it's like, and then even the ones on the top taste burnt, don't they? You can't pick it out.
So if you're interested in the healthy eating and nutrition side, One Take Fitness have kindly offered a free healthy recipe booklet. So I will put the link in the description box below if you're interested in that. So let's get on to exercise. I think you've already said a little bit about being a personal trainer. Why did you decide, or when did you decide even, that you wanted to become a personal trainer? Because you do have a full-time job as well as being a personal trainer.
I think so. When I started my fitness journey, I was really unfit, and I started really slow, and it was walks after work with my mum. I had a little mini trampoline, like little Davina McCall trampoline in my sitting room, and I would, do some exercises on that, just 10 minutes a night. So I just started off really slow, too intimidated to go to the gym. Like I said, I was like, oh, I can't, the look at it is, I'm overweight, I'm unfit and get out of breath and sweat and all that kind of stuff. My mum conned me into going to the gym with her after I'd lost some weight. She didn't want to go by herself, apparently. So I started going just to a local leisure centre and did like classes, some spinning and some kind of cardio exercises and stuff. And then I found One Take Fitness and started doing the resistance training, and just fell in love with like resistance training, and it's made such a difference in my life. I just wanted to help other people, share my passion, help them kind of get fitter and healthier. And I think it may be getting a bit better in commercial gyms, but I still think it's quite intimidating for people. The very people who should be able to walk in a gym are the people who are put off going. Because, you just don't want people looking at you and thinking things, or even some cases you hear about people saying things to people, and it's like, wow, that's awful. I just wanted to help, basically. So kind of once I'd been training for quite a while and was like, I know what I'm doing, I know how to exercise safely, I know how to do the exercise correctly, I started thinking about kind of training to help.
Great. Going back to the trampoline thing. I used to like trampolining when I was a teenager, or younger possibly. So those little home trampolines, what kind, would you still recommend those?
Anything that gets you moving again. Like, just moving is so important. We're such a sedentary society these days, and just get walking and things like that is brilliant. Absolutely, like a little trampoline in your house.
So some people what kind of exercises would you do on a trampoline?
You can do anything, honestly. So Davina was great. Not that she needs.
I think I've seen this.
Not that she might not do them anymore, but not that she needs any help with advertising. But you got the trampoline, and it came with like a little list of exercises. Right. So things like obviously jumping on it, but it would get you to kind of like run on the spot on the trampoline. It would get you to do kind of side to side, like you were skiing.
Right.
So obviously you were kind of working your obliques by jumping side to side. I can't even remember all the things she did. I guess it was pretty much a lower body workout, because I don't think there's much, unless you're like pressing the trampoline over your head.
I just think for it's absolutely chucking it down today. And I've just been, on Friday, so about 5 days ago, I just started walking in the park again. Of course, I'm not going to go out in the rain, because, you know, I'd get wet. So what do you do when it's chucking it down? So trampoline would be
Trampoline, yeah, just home workouts are brilliant. So we did like some free online workouts for people, like I think we did them just before Christmas and in January. It's brilliant. There's loads of stuff online if you look for it, but working out at your home you can get. I did not realise, right, I've been training for years, I do heavy weights. I put together with the other trainer at One Take, Nikki, we put together home workouts. So I did all of mine without any weights, which said like you can incorporate weights if you have any at home. I didn't realise how hard it is to work out with just
without
body
the
weight.
weights.
Yeah.
So these were they both the programs 21 day
21 days
challenges.
Things.
So I think they're still online. So are they all still online?
They're still online. They're on Facebook, so you have to ask to join the group.
Yeah,
but
I will put the link to those below as well if you fancy having a look at those. I've got a few questions from viewers. I did put the question in the community tab and a few people did ask some questions. So we'll try and answer most of them, but there may be a couple that we can't because we're not medical people. So Joan and Beverly wanted to know, can you tone up bingo wings when you're later in life, so over 60?
Absolutely. I mean, you're not ever going to get a 12 if you've got bingo wings. You're never going to get like a 12-year-old's physique, but obviously yes you can, because adding muscle will change the shape of your body. So absolutely something nice for your triceps to target the bingo wings,
right? So what kind of exercise?
I mean, well, if you're at home, you can do things like tricep dips if you're capable of doing them, and there are variations to make them easier depending on your level. But I don't know if you can. But you kind of hands on a bench and your feet out in front of you, and you're lowering your body up and down.
You could do that on a step as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You can actually do them. They're a bit awkward, but you can do them on the floor as well.
Right.
I guess it depends on your mobility levels.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I've got bingo wings, but like I say, I've yo-yo dieted since I was young, and the weight's come off, it's gone back on, and I think my skin has just sagged. Is that ever gonna? Obviously, I'm not. You can definitely improve.
I mean, I can strip off for you, but you can definitely.
Yeah, I'm not going to strip off.
There are always, limits depending on how much kind of extra skin you've got. You can't get rid of extra skin, but you can make a difference. So you can kind of, like I said, if you're building the muscle, you can change the shape of your arms and legs and stuff. I have so the one bit of your body you cannot exercise is your boobs. So if you lose volume there, there's nothing but a lift gonna improve that. But other parts of your body you can definitely make improvements.
Right. If you're talking about boobs, if you exercise here, would that?
Yeah, it will. So if you kind of work on your pecs, it will give you a bit of a lift. I mean, it's not going to fill the boobs, but it will.
And it's not going to put them back to where you were when you were 20.
It's not going to make them point in a different direction. No, sadly not. But that's why all these brilliant bras are out there, that hike them back in place.
The next question is from Jane, and she asked how to get started when you're completely unfit and haven't exercised for many years. I know how you feel, Jane.
Absolutely. So you can start off small. I mean, like I did, just increase your walk-ins. That's all I did at first. I was so unfit. If I went out with a group of friends, I mean, bearing in mind we were in our 20s, I'd be at the back lagging behind, huffing and puffing, and that was just on a flat, surface. So just increase your walking maybe, in small steps. Like I said, maybe find an online thing you can do at home if you don't feel comfortable going to the gym. If you don't, find it like a private training facility, like where we go at One Take Fitness. There's a small number of people. It's also where we do it is female only, so you feel less intimidated about, in exercising in front of men, and you get advice and guidance on how to do the exercises, how to do them safely. People buy things to do at home because they don't want to go to the gym, they're too intimidated, but then it just becomes an expensive
Yeah.
household.
And I think everybody, and I've been guilty of this in the past, everybody wants to be fit now. They don't want to work for it.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, everybody jumps in and tries to do this huge 1 hour workout, and they're just completely knackered at the end of it, like, I'm not doing that again. So
start small, just 10 minutes a day, just doing something, and also find something you love, then it doesn't feel like work. So I love resistance training, so training with weights. It's got loads of benefits that are not just kind of strength and weight loss and stuff like that, but you might not like it. So it feels like torture to you. It feels like something you have to force yourself to do all the time. Whereas, to stay fit and healthy for the rest of your life, you need to keep doing something. So find something you love. So whether that be Zumba or swimming or cycling, whatever what you find and you like, and it doesn't feel like a chore. I also love the small group stuff because, and I still take part in that myself. I train people, but I also do small group training with a group of girls. It's a social thing. It's like you keep yourself accountable because they're all got, oh, why weren't you there Tuesday? So you feel like I better go. It's a laugh. There's always a good laugh. They push you on as well. Like if somebody else is doing a bigger weight than you, oh God, I better try that. And, keeps you pushing.
Yeah. The next question was, and there wasn't a name on this. I think the lady's channel. I think the lady's name is Dave the Wife. So, what exercises will help tone up the belly?
So you're not going to like the answer to this because the biggest thing for belly, I mean, you can't target a specific area of fat anyway, but it's nutrition. A lot of the losing belly weight, it's what you eat and it's what you're putting in your mouth. But everybody's like, oh, I'm doing loads of like sit-ups and things that you think of traditionally as being like abs exercises. The best ones for like targeting your stomach are actually things like squats, the big lifts. Like one of the best ones we do is a squat variation called a zercher, where you have the barbell sat in your elbows and you hold it here, and you think, well, it's a squat, it's for my lower body. Well, it is, but because you've got to brace your core, you work in your core all the way through that squat so that you don't topple over with the weight.
I think, I mean, I've got a big belly, and I'm not expecting doing 50 sit-ups a day is ever going to make any difference unless I lose weight. But if you're not very overweight, and your belly's maybe just getting a bit, it's just out of condition, you haven't exercised for a long time, is it possible to tone it then? Or like if you just had a kind of a little pooch?
That's the first thing that comes back. So when it's diet. Right. So that's for me, when I can show you some before and after pictures as well of when I've trained as hard as I always train. I've done 4 sessions a week. I've never missed a session. I've always put in effort, but I'm not really being that sticking to my diet properly. I'm having loads of cocktails at the weekends. I'm eating not what I'm eating necessarily, but the amounts I'm eating. Yeah. And the difference between then dialing in my diet, it's the pooch underneath. So you can, I look lean everywhere else, but the little stomach comes back. It's also stress. It's sleep, because people underestimate like what sleep does for you. But when you're not sleeping right, when you're really stressed, this is kind of where we see it. Right. It manifests kind of like blowy navel. Sadly for us women as well, kind of perimenopause, menopause, this is where you notice. So if you've always been quite a slim person, this could be where you notice that the change. Yeah. So all of a sudden you've not changed anything you're doing, but your hormones have changed and the fat is sitting here. But kind of any toning thing for your stomach, so to say. I mean, all exercise is great, but I definitely think the big lifts. So squats, deadlifts. I mean, you'll see a load of athletes who are absolutely ripped, and then you never see them doing crunches.
So what if you didn't want to lift weights?
Didn't want to lift weights? Oh, I can't imagine a world where I wouldn't want to lift weights.
And maybe some people. Will there be stuff in those 21 day things online
absolutely.
that would...
it's amazing
because there's no weights in there.
No, I give you options of... and we have put in like traditional abs exercises because people enjoy them and want to see them.
Right.
And it's not like they're bad for you or anything like that, as long as you do them right.
Yeah.
And don't hurt yourself. But yeah, like planks and things like that, where you're engaging your core, you're working your core.
I quite like a plank.
Yeah.
So just for
there you go.
people, can you describe a plank?
So it is getting down on all fours, legs out behind you, on your toes, and you're holding your weight up on your hands, and you just like your body's straight. Don't let your stomach drop down, and don't like put your bum right up in the air. You want kind of like a neutral position, and you've got to engage your core so that you don't do that. You don't drop down or
to pull everything in
back up. Yeah, there's
I think I can manage about 20 seconds.
That's not bad. That's not bad. It's one of them things though as well. Like if you don't do it very often, even if you're like fit and healthy, you can't do it for very long, but if you focus on it, do you know there's people that do them for hours?
Really?
Yeah, the world record is something, for the women, it's something like 4 hours plus.
You're joking.
I would get bored. I think the toilet.
It would hurt my hands, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Some people do find that because push-ups and planks, putting the weight through the wrists, they hurt their wrists, so you just got to be careful with that.
But I think I know from like I just said, I just started walking in the park. We used to do it a few years ago. Me and Warren used to go every morning. 6 o'clock in the morning we'd be in the park, and it's quite amazing how quickly you can build your fitness up. So like within what we called, there was this huge steep bank coming up the park and out to the car park, and we used to call that the big finish. And it only took women maybe 2 or 3 weeks to be able to do that. It's just doing it regularly. Gradual. You can't do it once and expect to be fit.
You know, that's something like everybody focuses. If you're looking to lose weight, that's what everyone focuses on. It's the scales, which can be such a negative relationship of getting on the scales and it's not moved, or even worse, it's gone up. It's even worse. And as women, we fluctuate so wildly depending on where you are in your cycle and how much water you've drunk and everything. So seeing improvements in your fitness as well, like so with strength training, if you were doing 2 kilo dumbbells last week and oh my god, now I can do the 3 and I can do like the full reps, or with a walk or a run, what I can I've done the couch to 5k before. Have you done that?
No, I haven't done it.
So because even though I train all the time, I'm really I'm quite strong and stuff, I hadn't really ran since I was like 14 or something, and I signed up for the Great North Run, like you do, and then suddenly realised, I've got through the valley, I have to run. And you realise like I might be fit and healthy, but I can't run. I can't run I can't do 25 minutes without stopping. So I did a couch to 5k, and just seeing you build it up. I can't do it straight away, but you run a little bit, you walk a little bit, you run a little bit, you walk a bit, and
it makes you feel good, doesn't it? Like when you said you went down a notch in your belt.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
You feel good.
If you so take measurements if you're looking to lose weight, just a tape measure and keep measuring yourself. Take before and after photos, which I wish I'd done because I hated getting my photo taken before I lost weight, and I didn't know I was going to lose 5 stone. So I don't really have great comparison photos. I'm very much, you'll see if I'll share some photos with you, I'm very much kind of like hidden in the corner, like swamped in clothes and stuff. But you can see, people go, I don't think I've lost any weight. Maybe you haven't seen a difference on the scales, but especially like with resistance training, your body shape changes. And you'll see it in photos and things.
You can tell by your clothes as well, can't you?
And it's so much less negative. We get people weighed in kilos at the gym rather than stones and pounds, because people have such a negative relationship with stones and pounds, especially women, I think. But stones and pounds, you're like, I know what that means. That means I'm big. Whereas I'll go, you're such and such kilo, and people will be like, am I?
I would have no clue.
This is it. Even now I'm like, I know what I am when I got on the scale, but I couldn't in my head work out how many stones that is.
Yeah.
And why would you care if you are 20 stone, for example, if you looked in the mirror and thought, wow, I look amazing. Doesn't matter what it says on the scale, does it?
I was talking to my daughter about this the other day, and she's getting a bit better about her body, but she's always been a bit, I'm too fat. And then when you go and buy clothes, if say she's a size 14, but she goes to a clothes shop and she's a size 18, that's it, I'm going on a diet. But
in clothes shops
ridiculous.
are so bad. We had a conversation at the gym just last night about somebody was trying to buy holiday clothes and just kind of left on multiple occasions, multiple different days with nothing.
Yeah.
Because the number one, the changing room mirrors and lighting is always horrendous. I'm like, you've got to. I'm like, I feel bad about the decline of the high street, but it's so much nicer doing it in your own, trying on clothes in your own home. The variation in and I know it's because sometimes you'll go to somewhere where the clothes is really cheap and the sizes even in the shop itself can vary. So you pick up a size 10 and they'll fit, and another size 10, same pair of pants, and they won't fit.
Yeah.
And if you've got a weight issue or you think you have.
I think it used to bother us when I was younger, but if I'm a size 24 in one shop and a size 18 in the other shop, that's just what it is, But I think when you're younger, it's a lot of pressure.
Oh, well, it is, yeah.
So how often you exercise every day, do you?
I don't know. No, I've done this, and that's not good either. So your body needs rest days. That's when kind of your muscle grows and stuff. That's why you see improvements. You need rest so your body can work to its best abilities. So I tend to train 4 times a week.
Right.
Kind of, 2 to 4 times a week is optimum. So 3 is probably the sweet spot.
Would you leave a day in between?
Yeah, I try to. Yeah, I try to. It's probably better. So if you're going to do, say, 3 sessions a week, it's probably better not to do them as 1, 2, 3, bang, and then you've got a massive gap until the next one. What I'm doing at the moment is Monday, Tuesday, rest day Wednesday, sorry. Oh my God. That's menopause brain there. Monday, Tuesday, have a day off Wednesday, Thursday, have another day off Friday, Saturday, I'm off Sunday, so
right.
I have 3 rest. But I've done it the other way where I've thought, well, the more I do, the better. So it's with food, the less I eat, the better. With exercise, the more I do, the better. No, I ended up I was knackered. I was absolutely grey. I was so bad at one point. I had a couple of friends who, when I first met them, they were 2 of my best friends. They were engaged. Then they had a split. They don't really speak to each other. And they were so worried about me that they actually got together to think about an intervention, because I did get to that point where I'd done everything healthy at first. Then obviously the compliments stopped, and I was like, well, what do I need to do to keep going? And over-exercise is, you don't want to over-exercise either.
I suppose you can get addicted, can't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can become addicted. And you think, oh, well, if I've 3 sessions, then 4 sessions better than 5 sessions.
Yeah. Your
body needs to rest and recover.
Everything in moderation.
Absolutely.
Well, I haven't got any more questions for you, Jackie. Is there anything else you would like to talk about or say?
So just a little bit about the kind of, so I keep going on about resistance training, and it is my favourite type of training. There's benefits to to any exercise, some people love cycling, swimming, running. I just don't get any better at it. I mean, the times get better, but I don't feel any better. I feel like I'm dying the entire time. I just...
fast walk.
Yeah, walking's brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. I couldn't more of that, please. Even if you can that's all you can do is do a bit extra walking. It's so good for you.
Yeah.
Just get a bit of movement in. But resistance training, especially us women, it's bulletproof in your body for later life. So we are more likely to get osteoporosis because we lose bone density as we get older, as we hit menopause and stuff. So resistance training will counteract this. So we'll stop you losing as much bone density. It will increase your lean muscle mass. So it'll just makes your body you're stronger. You're less likely to fall over and stuff, because you've got you've built up the muscles around your joints and stuff. So you're more likely to keep your independence later in life. I can't.
In resistance training, that is with weights. Can you do it without weights? Was you couldn't?
Yeah, you can use your own. You use your own body weight. as weight. It's been still weight. I mean, especially, you know, when I was 5 stone heavier, that was a lot of extra weight to be press ups and things like that. Yeah, anything that offers resistance is resistance. So it doesn't have to be a machine or a dumbbell or anything like that.
Well, I hope that was very informative. If you've got any questions that you want to ask Jackie, just leave them in the comments below and I will pass them on to her and get back to you. And don't forget, I'll put a link to the video I did in the gym with my resistance training workout that I did. I'll put the link to that below, and I will also put the link to the 2 21-day workout challenges that are in the Facebook group. And what was the other thing? A link to the healthy eating booklet that you can get as well. And that is all free. We're not going to charge you for anything. So thanks very much, Jackie, for coming along and chatting to us. It's been really nice. It's been nice to see you again because I haven't seen you for a while.
It's been ages.
You haven't managed to drink a cup of coffee there.
I know, but I keep like, every time I have a drink, I have a question. I'm like, I'll just swallow this.
So yeah, thanks. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.